Good morning, students. Come on, let us start our mathematics session. What we have learned in the last class? We have learned what are fractions, how to make fraction in its lowest form, how to find equivalent fraction, and how to compare these fractions. Now, in today's class, we are going to see how to add these fractions. How to add? Adding unlike fractions, adding mixed numbers with like fractions, adding mixed numbers with unlike fractions. Come on, children, let us start learning how to add unlike fractions. Before we go into the steps of unlike fractions, we should remember that sum of two fractions can be given when both the fractions are like fractions. Then how to do adding unlike fractions? Yes, you're correct. We are going to make use of equivalent fraction and find the sum. Let's start with an example. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4. The first step is to check whether they are like fractions. Are they like fractions? What is the definition of a like fraction? The like fraction are the fractions where the denominators are same. Here the denominators are 2 and 4 and they are different. So they are unlike fractions. So we need to change these unlike fractions into like fractions. So the second step will be finding the equivalent fraction and arriving at the same denominators. Then how to find the equivalent fraction, children? Yes, we can find the equivalent fraction by multiplying the numerator and denominator by the same number. Now let's start finding the equivalent fraction of 1 by 2. This 1 by 2 can be multiplied by 2 on the numerator and on the denominator. So 1 into 2 is equal to 2 and 2 into 2 is equal to 4. Now we have got the equivalent fraction of 1 by 2 as 2 by 4. Now comparing our new equivalent fraction 2 by 4 with 1 by 4, we can say that the denominators are same and hence they become like fractions. Now we can start adding the like fractions. Adding the like fractions 2 by 4 plus 1 by 4. We need to keep in mind that we are going to add only the numerators and denominators are same as 4. Adding 2 by 4 plus 1 by 4 gives 2 plus 1 by 4, which is nothing but 3 by 4. Hence, we got the adding of 1 by 2 and 1 by 4 as 3 by 4. Have you understood, children? Now let us start with another example, 2 by 5 plus 1 by 4. We need to first compare and check whether they are like fractions or unlike fractions. We see that they are unlike fractions because they have different denominators 5 and 4. So what will be the next step, children? We need to find the equivalent fractions of both. So start finding the equivalent fraction of 2 by 5. When I start multiplying by 2 on the numerator and denominator, I get the equivalent fraction of 2 by 5 as 4 by 10. Now start finding the equivalent fraction of 1 by 4 by multiplying by 2 on the numerator and denominator. We get the equivalent fraction of 1 by 4 as 2 by 8. Now comparing both these equivalent fractions such as 4 by 10 and 2 by 8, here also we find that they have different denominators. So again start doing the equivalent fraction by multiplying it by 3 on the numerator and denominator for both the fractions. So start multiplying 2 by 5 by 3. 2 by 5 when multiplied by 3 on the numerator and denominator will give the equivalent fraction as 6 by 15. Likewise, 1 by 4 when multiplied by 3 on the numerator and denominator will give the equivalent fraction as 3 by 12. Now comparing these two equivalent fractions 6 by 15 and 3 by 12, we see that they are again unlike fractions because of having different denominators 15 and 12. So continue trying the next equivalent fraction by multiplying by 4. So 2 by 5 is now multiplied by 4 on the numerator and denominator. So its equivalent fraction is 8 by 20. Similarly, 1 by 4 is multiplied by 4 on the numerator and denominator and its equivalent fraction is 4 by 16. Now comparing these two equivalent fractions, we again see that they are unlike fractions with different denominators 20 and 16. Consider the fraction 1 by 4. We got the denominator as 16 when it was multiplied by 4. But in the previous cases, for 2 by 5, the denominator was 20. So we can easily make this 1 by 4 to reach the denominator 20 by multiplying it by 5. So start multiplying 1 by 4 by 5 on the numerator and denominator. So we can find the equivalent fraction of 1 by 4 as 5 by 20. Now we have reached that 8 by 20 and 5 by 20 are like fractions. Hence, we can add these two fractions. Adding 8 by 20 plus 5 by 20, we get it as 8 plus 5 by 20, which is nothing but 13 by 20. Hence, we have find the sum of 2 by 5 plus 1 by 4 is equal to 13 by 20. Let us look into third example, 1 by 6 plus 3 by 4. Here also, these fractions are unlike fractions because of having different denominators 6 and 4. So we need to find its equivalent fraction. Here, let me explain a different method of finding an equivalent fraction, which is called as the LCM method. Start finding the LCM of the denominators 6 and 4. 6 and 4 are first divided by 2 to arrive at the answer as 3 and 2. Now we can divide it either by one of the table 2 or 3. So start dividing it by 2 again. So we get the answer as 3 and 1. Now start dividing it by 3. We get the answer as 1 and 1. So the LCM of 6 and 4 is nothing but 2 into 2 into 3, which is equal to 12. Now start finding the equivalent fraction with the denominator as the LCM 12. Now for the fraction 1 by 6, I need to get the denominator as 12. So what I should multiply, children? I should multiply it by 2 to get the denominator. So I am going to multiply by 2 on the numerator and denominator of 1 by 6 and now reach the fraction as 2 by 12. Similarly, we are going to change 3 by 4 to its equivalent fraction having the denominator as 12. So I should multiply it by 3. So start multiplying it by 3 on the numerator and denominator. 3 by 4 is now multiplied by 3 to get the answer as 9 by 12. Now from these two equivalent fractions, I find that 2 by 12 and 9 by 12 are like fractions and easily can be added. So add 2 by 12 plus 9 by 12, which gives 2 plus 9 by 12, which is equal to 11 by 12. Hence, adding 1 by 6 and 3 by 4 arrived at the answer as 11 by 12 in this LCM method. Now let us see the steps in adding mixed numbers with like fractions. Now the question is 1 3 by 6 added with 2 5 by 6. Here they are like fractions having the same denominator 6. The step 1 is to add the whole numbers. Whole numbers are 1 and 2. So adding 1 plus 2 gives 3. Step 2 is adding the fractions. 3 by 6 is added with 5 by 6 and we arrived at the answer as 3 plus 5 by 6, which is 8 by 6. Now step 3 is to convert this 8 by 6 into a mixed number. How to convert it into mixed number, children? We need to divide 8 by 6 and write the mixed number as quotient remainder by divisor. Here the quotient is 1, the remainder is 2 and the divisor is 6. So writing 8 by 6 as 1 2 by 6. Now the next step is to add the whole numbers 3 with 1 2 by 6. While adding, I can add just the whole numbers alone. So we get the answer as 4 2 by 6. Here we see that 2 by 6 can be reduced to its lowest fraction because it is having the common factor as 2. So 2 by 6 is divided by 2 on the numerator and denominator to get the lowest fraction and it is now 1 by 3. Hence 4 2 by 6 is equal to 4 1 by 3. Adding 1 3 by 6 plus 2 5 by 6, we arrived at the answer as 4 1 by 3. Let us start learning how to add mixed number with unlike fraction. Example 3 1 by 2 plus 2 1 by 4. When I see the mixed number, the first foremost step is to convert into improper fraction. So 3 1 by 2 is converted into its improper fraction as 2 into 3 plus 1 by 2, which is equal to 6 plus 1 by 2, which is equal to 7 by 2. Similarly, 2 1 by 4 can be converted into improper fraction as 4 into 2 plus 1 by 4, which is equal to 8 plus 1 by 4, which is equal to 9 by 4. Now I have arrived at the improper fractions 7 by 2 and 9 by 4. We need to add both. So what we should do? They are unlike fractions, so I am going to use the LCM method to find its equivalent fraction. LCM of the denominators 2 and 4 are 2 into 2, which is equal to 4. So changing into equivalent fraction by changing the denominators to the LCM answer 4, I should multiply the first fraction 7 by 2 by 2 on the numerator as well as on the denominator. So while multiplying it by 2, I get the answer as 14 by 4. Now consider the next fraction 9 by 4. 9 by 4 is already having the denominator as 4, so leave the fraction as such. If we want, we can also multiply by 1 on the numerator and denominator to make it as an equivalent fraction again as 9 by 4. Now we can easily add these like fractions 14 by 4 and 9 by 4. So 14 by 4 plus 9 by 4 is equal to 14 plus 9 by 4, which is equal to 23 by 4. We need to give the answer in the mixed number, so we are going to convert this improper fraction 23 by 4 into mixed number. So start dividing 23 by 4. Here we find that the quotient is 5, the remainder is 3 and the divisor is 4. Hence we write 23 by 4 is equal to 5 3 by 4. Finally, we have arrived at the answer 3 1 by 2 plus 2 1 by 4 is equal to 5 3 by 4. Hope in today's session we have learned adding unlike fractions, adding mixed numbers with like fractions, and adding mixed numbers with unlike fractions. Thank you, students.